Okay. Okay. That still seems like really loud to me. Better? Yeah, I think it's better. Just felt like really loud to me. Is that the right one? I mean, that'll work. What's up, Beard? No alerts at the moment. At least I didn't see any. I don't know why my alerts just sometimes don't work, man. I love your face, though. What you got going on today, man? My plans are next week. I'm just kind of chilling this week. I'm making some deviled eggs later. Just for me. Just for me. What's up, Satan? What's going on, man? Y'all ready to see some game dev? I finally picked up my game again for the first time in a while. So, also, Beard, I'm gonna ask you something on Discord. If you can hop on real fast, because I just need to know. Be honest. No. It's just a message for now. All right, cool. I mean, if you want to hop on Discord and hang out in a bit, we can. You and me just chilling. You could be playing a game or whatever. I'm gonna be doing game dev, but if you just want to have a brotherly Thanksgiving together, we can do that. You just listen to me mumble about game dev. What's up, Quad Mom? I'll be right back, man. My lips are so chapped. I just got back from Philly, and it was cold and dry there. I need to go get some chapstick. I'll be right back. See, that's what I was saying. That's what I'm saying. Quap, what's going on? Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody else. Potatoes and gravy duty. Been a while for me. Washed my hair today, so it's flat. I need a haircut. All right. Which did I put a thing in here? All right. We're gonna have some fun with AI today, I'm sure. I like asking it to help me with stuff in Godot because it doesn't know what it's doing, which is great. So, for those of you who don't know, about a year ago, I started a game and I just ran out of time. I just didn't have time to fuck with it anymore. And here recently, I decided that I would give a go to getting it up and running again. And so I did. And over the last couple of days, I refactored a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to show you guys where I'm at. And today, I think we're going to redesign the dungeon generation. And I'll kind of walk through that after I show you what the game looks like. It's not even a prototype. We're like, I'm just still learning how Godot works and working out simple mechanics. And you'll see that the level is kind of broken right now, and sometimes things like this happen. So we're gonna discuss that today, and we're gonna be moving away from binary space partitions, BSPs, and we're gonna be moving into a bit more of a creative, designed level system. This is great because it's automated, and I'll walk you guys through how it works. And why it's great, but doesn't work for what I'm trying to accomplish. Let me restart this real quick and get a different layout so I can actually show you guys some of the systems. So right now we have an inventory system. It is very bare bones, but I did refactor it and get it working the way I wanted it to. Steroid shot, yeah, that'll help a lot. That'll at least buy you some time to continue kind of building up your supporting muscles and stuff. Which would be super important. We got distracted. Yeah, so we got different rooms. You'll see a lot of duplicates because there's only a few rooms for testing and stuff. That is really good, man. All right, yeah, so some rooms generate with chests. There's only one right now. We're going to fix all this. This is all going to be dynamic here shortly. If I run into the chest, it'll open the chest. I just got a basic inventory system. You can pick up stuff. You hover over it, it'll tell you what it is. I also have an inventory equipment system here, as you can see. If I try to click on any of these, it can't go in there. If I try to put it in the chest slot, it works. Because these are chess pieces. I got a couple of bugs, like for instance, you can just collapse these on top of each other because the code that's checking to determine whether or not they're collapsible doesn't work. If I move away from the chest, it closes the inventory. You can open it back up. Hit I or E to open up your inventory. These green slimes just have a really basic I move, they move AI, and they just kind of randomly move. Sorry, I got distracted again. Yeah, so there is a basic, there's a bunch of basic components for health components, movement components, hit components. When I run into them, it just does 1 damage to them. They run into me, it does 1 damage to me, and then they die. Of course, we gotta redo all of that and everything as well. That was all just basic systems to put in place. If I put stuff in a chest and go to a different chest, you'll see that. Ta-da, look at that, different inventories. Each one of these has its own inventory, so that all works. There is a system to store all of this as well. It's all of this data is stored with the level itself. So once the level is generated, all of this is stored. We're not going to change how that works. I mean, I'm gonna have to redesign it, but effectively it'll say that it will work the same way that once a level is generated, all of the inventory is generated, or all of the potential items is generated for the chests, and then yeah, so it's a loot table system effectively with different chances for different items and stuff. So. But I don't like, now that I started building these systems and I started really thinking about what kind of game I want, also been playing a lot of Diablo 2 lately, and I really, really like how Diablo 2 does its levels. So if you don't know how Diablo 2 does its levels, actually, tell you what, let me boot up Diablo 2 real quick, and I will show you how Diablo 2 does its levels. That's not what I want to do. Options, audio. Let's just turn down the. Where's the? Is there? Oh, here. I think I was running Andy. All right, so go to catacombs. Yeah. All right. Cool. So let me. Options. I don't remember how this works. Is it the auto map? There we go. Full screen, apply. All right. So the way Diablo 2 generates is it generates a couple of important pieces. Let me put myself on players 1. So when a level is generated, the first tile that's generated is the entry point. This is an entry point. All of these pieces of this tile right here are the entry point potentially, right? So I think actually in this one, this entry point is this one. You've got these 2 open slots here. And then you've got, or it could just be this whole tile piece here too, because I think this is a tile set here. The idea is that this tile generates, and then the other piece is the exit. The exit generates. And then what it does is based on a certain amount of rules and whatnot, it looks for other of these single room tiles or double room or triple room or quad room tiles that fit and have the same connector, like a doorway to get between the two, and then places them all in. So like this right here is probably a tile piece that matches this particular layout. There's just a bunch of different rules, a bunch of different tiles that all can generate and touch each other and continue building out the level so that you get all of these winding corridors and stuff. But it is a pretty simple algorithm. It is do this and then go left from that point to find the exit on most maps. So it is pretty simple. It is pretty straightforward. The levels that have a waypoint, the waypoint has its own set of rules, so it will spawn somewhere else, and then again, it will this spawns, and this spawns, and then the algorithm connects them together using the variety of tile sets that will fit and connect them together. I want to do something like that. It's going to be much simpler. I don't need as many rules and as much winding and stuff as what they're doing, because I'm not making an action RPG. I'm making a roguelike. Not a roguelite, a roguelike. And because I'm making a roguelike, I don't have to be as... It doesn't have to be as... complicated, I guess, as this is, which, yeah, so. So, that's what we kind of got to figure out today. Now, the way this currently works is I'm using a BSP system, which there's nothing wrong with using that system. It's just, it's not working out the way I wanted to. So the way BSP works is you have these binary space partitions, which are just boxes, effectively. You have a giant box, and then that giant box gets split either horizontally or vertically based on, you know, a random number. And then each of those 2 boxes gets split, and then each of those 4 boxes get split, well, 8 boxes get split into 16 blocks, into 32, and so on and so forth. And there's a chance that it splits vertically. There's a chance that it splits horizontally. And then once I have all of these are all potential rooms. And the way it works is I loop through each of these boxes. I randomly select a room that will fit in that box, and then I place a room in that box. These green dots are the center of those rooms. Using the center point of those rooms, I then randomly carve corridors between each of them. This is a very straightforward, simple, simplistic way of creating a dungeon. And as you can see, it creates a pretty effective dungeon. And if I had a lot more room types, prefabs, for it to place, this would be pretty advanced. And I could even set it so that once this prefab, this treasure room, only one of these can spawn, right? And, or maybe there's a really low chance that 2 spawn. 1 definitely spawns, maybe 2. I can do that. All of that math is really easy because that all just goes into which room gets selected. The problem with that is that this system uses a lot of bit masks. Bit masks are being calculated by these numbers right here. Basically what that means is that based on what tile is here, 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 or here, or here, that changes what this value is, because this is an 8-way bit mask. Now, I actually make it a little bit more complicated than that for a variety of reasons, because this is not just a single tile layer. This is a dual tile layer. You have bottom wall and top wall. These are 2 tiles tall, which means I have to do a bunch of advanced checks for the tile mask on the second layer. And that's why there's no corners here. That's why there's a little line here. That's why all this stuff's all messed up. And I could do that. And I could continue tweaking the algorithm and tweaking the numbers to make sure that these 2 rooms right here, for instance, there's more padding between them so that you don't get this weird wild wall here, blah, 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 yada, 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 whatever. However, the cons are that takes a lot of time. Now, the con to doing it the way Diablo 2 does it is there's a lot more hand-drawn rooms that need to be done. And I also need to design a new system. So, for instance, instead of having a center point where I can automate all of this, what I need is each room has a potential top exit, left exit, right exit, bottom exit, right? Each room can have a potential. So each room might have a couple of different variants. Which is fun. Now, I don't know exactly how I want to do this yet. I think what I might do is I might have, if I have like because I think what I want to do is I want to have a treasure room. The idea that I want to have treasure rooms, and then I want to have regular rooms. I want to have boss rooms. And then I want a whole bunch of different corridors. So we'll have all these special rooms, and I think what I'm going to do is for each treasure room, I'm going to have like 4 different types of treasure room that has different entrances to it. And then what I'll do is when I'm generating my map and I find a place to put that treasure room, when I put that treasure room there, I'll remove all of the treasure rooms from the available list that can be placed. I feel like that's the way I want to do it. So, how do we do that? That's what I got to kind of think through today. I also need to fix the viewport. It's a bit wonky right now. This was a lot of work to get it to this point. Sorry, I'm distracted. There's not enough of you to keep me occupied at this particular moment, so I have a distraction up on my right monitor. Is more important than you guys. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my this over there. All right, most of that crap is unuseful right now, especially now that I'm like zoomed in. I don't think I need to be zoomed in that far. You guys can't see stuff, that's fine. You don't really need to see it. So we've got dungeon gen, we got the generators, the dungeon here. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a new folder. We're gonna call this Dungeon V2 for now. I'll end up refactoring all of this and renaming it. So the idea, how do I want to do this? Because I've got the generators here, but I have like down in levels, I have a bunch of room stuff. Okay. More distractions. So many distractions. All right. I think I want to move all of this stuff into, well, no, it's got to be in levels. It does have to be in levels. So in levels, I have This is how I keep track of levels right now. We're gonna have to refactor all this stuff. I think what we should do is we should be smart about this. I want to stash the changes I have right now. Stash those changes. We'll do Dungeon Gen V2, new branch. That way we can just kind of destroy the sheet. I don't have to worry about fucking everything up. Cool. All right. So we don't need to worry about the inventory manager. I've disconnected all of that from. Disconnected all that from. Can you? Are you allowed to just do brackets now? Oh, you are. Nice. Okay. I've disconnected all of those features from the actual Dungeon Gen now, which is great. I have my prefabs here. And then I have level. We're going to completely change how level works. So I think one of the things I need to think of is if I'm looking at my map, hold on. Am I going to use like paint? Am I going to pull a narcissism? Is paint not installed by default anymore? I guess it's not. Oh. Well, there's Microsoft Paint, but that opens up the fucking thing on it. I'm about to draw this out on my iPad. So what I need to do is I need to actually break this up into tile. Let's call them room cells. Yeah, let's call them room cells. So we're going to break this up into room cells. And then what we can do is we can say that the smallest room is one room cell. Be any design inside that room cell. And then the largest room is like a quad room cell. So it takes up 4 room cells. How big do we want a room cell to be? Each one of these is a tile. So a room cell could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can do 5. That way we can do quarters of 1 or 3. Entryways will always be 1. Should I be writing this down? Let me go get my pen. Hold on. I'll write this down. Never mind, Chad. I don't know where my really expensive piece of plastic went. Also known as my iPad pen. That's fine. All right. I'll do this the old school way. I will like type it out somewhere. a link document. Oh, let's call this the TOL doc. Call this the dungeon V2 room. Hello? Room cell size. Room cell. Is there still not a dark mode for this? Room cell. X tiles. We can make a rule where it's room cells can be up to 4. So if this was a room cell here, it could be this big, or it could be this big. That makes sense to me. You know who I wish was here? Cuts. I wish Cuts was here. He'd be a great person to bounce this all off of. That would be awesome. All right. I think I should just start writing stuff. It doesn't matter anymore. I don't know why I did that. All right. Where did I put rooms and stuff? I know I created a room. I didn't put it in. It's not in here. Tiles. Oof. Yeah, we got to redo all of this. What was I naming everything? That's going to take forever to redo all of that. Maybe Claude can figure that one out for us. That seems like a job for Claude. I stopped using this. I don't even know why it's still in there. Yeah, that's all. This is all just to do the automated stuff. Is room in here? Where is room? I know I had one. Oh, I put it on containers. Yeah, okay. There we go. Where are you at? It's literally in utils. Yeah, we're going to nuke all of this stuff. Oh, do I really want to do this? There's no going back. I mean, I know I'm on a different branch, but there's no going back. Once I do this, it's done. We're moving on for good. Am I ready for that? No worries, man. Alright, you've been distracted. I'm just gonna keep talking to myself, it's fine. Alright, so world map level. We still want the level. So I think what we do then, so world, what did we put in world map? Let's check here. So current level 0 tilements. This has the level loading stuff in it, which I need to redo all of this because this is not, none of this is good. So what we can do is we can probably leave most of this the same then. It'll render different. Nope. It might render the same. No, we don't want to do that. I think what I need to do is I need to decide from a design standpoint I need to decide from a design standpoint how I want to do. Did it not save? I guess it didn't. That's okay. Does this even build anymore? It does, right? Yeah. That's weird. Because it's missing stuff in the tile map that it needs to even work. That's wild. That's wild. Okay. Whatever. We're not going to worry about it because all this is going to go away anyways. So these two tile maps that we need, we got the base and we got the things. Base and things for the tile set. These are for the two different layers. Things are what's on top. If I go to, where are my prefabs? Yeah, prefabs. If I go to prefabs, I just have these guys. These are rooms. These are how the rooms generate. I'm really dumb because I made this 6 wide and 5 tall, which is really stupid. But yeah, it comes from this guy. I don't remember how to. Is there a way to select? So there's two levels here. Do that. How did I? That worked. I'm trying to. Oh, I see. So let's say this is a room. Still has the chest. Say it's a treasure room. We're now 7 wide. We're 7 tall. That would allow us to have entryways. But if we're going to do that, we need a base, which is the floor. We also need a wall layer. I'm trying to think of sizes right now. Like, how big would we want these rooms to be, potentially? I think I'm still struggling with exactly how I want this to work. I do it this way. This seems big enough. But then what I can do... But if I'm going to do this, it needs to be 2 down. Because the walls would go here. And then it needs to move over by 1 because we need walls here. So I'm gonna build out an entire room, and then we're gonna decide together. Just trying to decide how I want to do that. So this would be like just a base room. It's always gonna be too taller than it is. I gotta move everything over too. That is not select stuff. I was hoping it would select stuff. Oh, wait. No. Yes? Yes. We do it like that. These are overlapped, which is fine, I think. So that keeps this square. And this is just overlap. Because then over on the things layer, well, then what we need is base, and then we need a new layer. We'll duplicate this. Rename. Cap layer. And then we'll put this on things here. Hello? Oh, I see. Yeah, because this is over the top. So go here. Grab. That's not what I want to do. Let's grab all these. Delete those. Go back to things. There we go. And then what we do. Base. Grab you. So you. Go back to cap. That. Back to this one. Cap. Cap. So now we have a bottom cap layer. Just trying to think about how I want this to work out and lay out. So the cap layer, still not going to allow players to go into that. But now that at least goes over and you get that 3D look. So we'll do something like that. Alright, so then also what I want on the base layer, this would also be the cap layer here as well, now that I think about it. Get rid of you. Back to the cap layer. Go here. Oh, what is the D paint tool? Is that going to work, or is this going to go over that? We'll see. No, it seems to work. No, it doesn't. That's going above that. So we need a middle layer even. To do what I want to do, because this needs to go over all 3 of these layers. but I need the player to be able to go under it. Here, let's rename this to up. Let's do a. What am I gonna do? Here, it's right here. This could be the mid layer. So the player can go under this. Wait, why did you do that? That's not what I wanted you to do. I want you to duplicate. Duplicate this guy. There you go. Mid. Here. Get that off. Hit. Like so. Things goes on top of that, but the player will go under it. Cool. And then when you get out of this, it looks like this. Perfect. Okay. There. So if we did this, that would block off like a side door. That might look cool. We could say that there's only a side door from this way and this way and this way out of this one. So what would that look like? Do I have doors? I do. So on the base, player would go through there. And then on mid, it would look like that. So that's what a door would look like. Here's the problem with doing it this way, though. Can't see the floor tile. So do we put all of these on the mid layer? I think so. I think we put all of these on the mid layer. We can't do that either, actually, because if we do doorways like this, the player model won't go through it. So I don't think we should do doorways like this. I do think we should use this, but I don't think we should use this. I think this. Just go back to the base. Do this. I think we do that. Do we not have just like a top piece without? We don't, so we need to make one of those. So I think for now what we do is we just don't even worry about that. We just grab this. Hello? Where did the... I'm sorry. Where did my... Hello? There you go. Jesus. Wait, what the fuck? Why are you not staying open? This is why I really hate Godot. It's like fucked up now, so I can't get back to what I was trying to do. What is all of this shit? No, what is happening? No, stop. Hello? I'm not trying to edit this, you dumb motherfucker. I'm literally trying. What the? Fucking hate this thing. Most obtuse tool set ever. Like, I'm literally just trying to erase these. And instead it's trying to move stuff. But I don't, there's nothing here to tell me that that's what it's doing. I'm just trying to use the fucking brush tool. This tool right here. What are you doing? Why is it doing this? I have the eraser tool selected. Why are you not letting me just do the fucking thing? What the? Why are there multiple? Gah! This is why this will always be like the worst. God damn it. It doesn't automatically. Such a painful tool set to use. All right, so it would be something like this. But I don't need mid if I'm going to do it this way. And then if I want something going this way, I just need to select. He's doing it again. No. What are you? No. What are you? No. Stop. What is happening? Stop. So mid on this one. No, I don't need that. I don't need that. Not if I'm doing it this way. Do that. Do that. Do that. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. But the issue is this doesn't continue forward like that, like I would expect it to if I do these columns. So I'd have to edit the also I can't do it that way anyways. Not if I want to do it the way I'm doing it. I'd have to do it this way because it's going to connect to the top piece. Doing two tall tiles is going to really make things difficult for me. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. So this would be a 2-entrance room. But I hate this because if I'm doing it this way, then the room is one tile too big. So when I'm doing my room cells, they would always be one room too big. And I really dislike that. I really, really dislike that. I don't know if anyone's actually watching and working through this problem with me. But if you have ideas, I'm here for it. tile set. Why are you not working? Why is it when I click stuff to do the thing that I'm trying to do? Thank you. Hello? Oh, because this is the top layer. Got it. Oh, that would have been useful if you had just not been here at all. Go to the top layer. No, stop. Oh, Jesus. Set is so finicky. Also, I just realized that I fucked this one up. Yeah, I can't do it that way. Jesus, fuck. Stop, man. God damn. Why is this tool set so fucking dog water? There we go. That's the way it should look. So then for each of these, I need a special tile that I say is the entry to the room. But then what I could do I could do that. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah. Okay. So the plan is do this. Go to the tile set. Let's get rid of this. So it looks like that. There we go. So this is entry point, this is entry point, this is entry point. This is what it will try to pick from other rooms to do. So what we need to do is we rename this guy to treasure rooms. I'm actually going to do this. So let's add a child node. We'll add a node. We're going to call this crypt because I want my first layers to be crypt. I think that's going to be levels like 0 through 5 are crypt. Each one is going to have treasure rooms. Let's create a node here. I'm actually gonna do it this way. So let's call this treasure room 3. Rename treasure rooms, put you in you, like so. Okay. So the idea here is that for each of these, I might have a few different variations. So this treasure room has 3 doors. So if I duplicate you, I'm going to call this treasure room 4, which is what I want to do. I'm going to go here. I'm going to grab these. I delete those. And then I'm going to go to the base. I'm going to grab this. That there. That there. There, and then you there. Hello? Shit, I did that on the wrong one. Fuck. That's why I really hate this tool set. I want to be real. This is not intuitive at all. I mean, I'm sure I'll get better with it, but boy, oh boy, is it a struggle bus. Nope. Both of those on the wrong layer. There. Okay, so that's treasure room 4, treasure room 3. I'm just creating enough of these rooms that I can slam all these together. Okay, 2 here. 2. I'm hungry. I think I might go make a salad in a sec. All right, so for the 2 room, because we might have a couple of different 2 variations. But I don't have to. I can do it whatever I want. It doesn't matter, because once I build the system, it's not going to matter. So for now, what we'll do is, since we're just building the system, close those off. So it's a 2 room, 3 room, and a 4 room. The real issue now is I just need to figure out how I want to do like a connector. How do I want to do connectors in this? So I need a special tile that is just so that I can, when I see that tile, that means that is a room connector. Yes and no. I already had a procedural dungeon crawler. I've decided I want to do it differently. So I am working through the rules that I want right now. So what I was doing previously is I was doing a basic BSP style with corridors that get carved between them. Easy peasy. But I don't like that because it requires so many bit masks because I'm doing 2 layers. I'm not just doing a bottom wall or 1 tile tall wall. I'm doing 2 tile walls, right? Because I'm doing 2 tile walls to get kind of like the 3D look to it. It was going to take me forever because for 8 ways for the bit mask on the base, easy. But then what you have to do is you have to go through each of the tiles, look below it, see what the bit mask is below it, and then determine based on the bit mask for that tile how to cap it. my ideas for what I wanted outgrew the initial design decision that I made. So I'm going from a more design-based approach to my procedural generation, more akin to what Diablo 2 does, whereas Diablo 2 has basically what I'm calling them room cells. And I'm calling them room cells because that makes most sense to me. So you have your tiles. Let's say each tile is 16 pixels wide. A room cell is, 16, or in my case, it's going to be an odd number just because I want one tile corridors. So like, let's say it's 17. A room cell is 17 by 17. The smallest room can be anything that fits within 17 by 17. The largest room can be up to 4 room cells. Now it can be 4 room cells long, 4 room cells tall, or a cube, or not a cube, but a square of 4 room cells. And then what I'll do, the way I want to do it is that each of those room cells looks to the rooms that are around it, looks for the connector tiles, which I'm going to add here in a second. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add basically a connector. I can just duplicate like this guy, so I'm not using it anymore. Well, I'm not using it anymore, so I can just rename it. Wait, I am using it. Yeah, I'm using it. Never mind. Okay, so. Yeah, you can do a T-shape if you wanted to. The idea, though, is that I'm limiting myself to just 4 room cells for the largest room, and then I can put whatever design you want in there. Like, it doesn't actually matter. The only thing that matters is that the connectors touch the outside of the room cell. And again, that's not a necessity necessarily. It is a design decision that I'm making just to make the algorithm easier. So the idea is that these connector cells are at the edge of the room cell, right? And I just picked a number out of the top of my head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. So we're going to do 11 by 11 room cells. And then, each of those 4 would be, when you do the 4, the connectors will be off center, or I can do like a stagger, or however I want to do it. But the point is that the way I'm designing this is so that I can do 4 at a time. It becomes an even number. You can have a greater entrance, or you could stagger the entrances. But the idea is that other rooms will always try to connect to those connectors, and then I'll have a bunch of different connector rooms that connect rooms together if there's nothing else available. I haven't come up with the rules yet, but that's how I'm thinking about it in my head. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I think this will work. Yeah. So what I'm going to do here, let me hide you or show you, because this is an easy one. I just want to do, let's duplicate you. We're going to call you the event tiles. For now, let me just go here. That's not what I want to do. I literally click the button and you do nothing because Godot kind of sucks. Godot has like some of the worst UI tooling ever. Behind the scenes, love it. But actually using the UI is dog water. Sometimes I can tell that it was kind of designed by a developer, not a designer. Cool. So then we have our event tiles, and then I'm just going to choose a random one down here. This won't be visible. This layer won't be visible. I'm just going to pick like we'll pick the Triforce. And then I will just put this Triforce tile. So this is event tiles. Now when I see this Triforce tile, that's what I'll be trying to connect to. Yeah, the engine, excellent. I once I figured out the signal system and stuff in the back end, like I've got a full inventory system, like the system that I had working that I went through earlier. I mean, it's more or less enough mechanics to make a game, but I want to, this is, now that I've gotten that refactored, I wanted to really dig into my level design here. So the idea here is now this room, if this room is placed, let's say you have your entry room, which is the staircase room where you come in at, just like Diablo 2. What Diablo 2 does is that any of the main rooms, the waypoint room, the staircase room, and the exit room, all generate first randomly. And then what it does, well, based on, it's not random, there's a rule. Usually left is exit, right is waypoint. That's usually how it works. Or the opposite way. So it's left from waypoint, right from doorway. Anyways, point is there's rules where those are going to be placed, and then it just finds tiles that will match them all together. It is just events and handlers. They're a little fumbly in C# for obvious reasons, but they do a pretty good job with the C# stuff. I refused to do GD script because I don't want to work in a language that's good but less good than Python, but looks like Python. Yeah. So now the idea is, like, I've got this and I've got event tiles. When I see that event tile, that's what I'm going to try to connect something to. And what I'll do is, what's cool is even if something is off-centered, it won't necessarily matter, because what I'm going to do for my connector rooms is I'm going to have a variety of different types of connector rooms, and I might procedurally generate the connector rooms. We'll see. Because once I have this rule set, it'll be really easy for me to generate those. So basically, you have a prefab, and then based on, like, if this was off-center, let's say this is a 4x4 room, or a 2x2 room, I mean, which now means you don't have a center point, right? Because now it's an even number. So I'm going to off-center in that design the entry point. What would be cool is if the connector can connect to that, and if it's off-center by 1 or 2, the connector will say, okay, I'm going to connect to here, and then I need to procedurally add tiles to extend it so that the exit point when I connect to a new room is 3 tiles away versus 1 tile away or 2 tiles away. It could just extend to match it. What's cool about that is the bit mask for that becomes very, very simple because it's just extending it one way or the other. So you can look at the 3 previous. You don't even need a bit mask where you extend the 3 all the way up to the edge where that connector is, and then have your defined connector endpoints. It's like a bunch of little building blocks that allow me to connect the bigger building blocks. I think that's the system that I want. It's gonna take me a while to do this. And I'm designing it live, and I'm working through it in my head with you guys, which is wild because I never do that. But I don't think that'll be too big of a deal. So now I could just go through and I could spend all my time creating and really using some creative juices to create these cool spots. I'm going to replace all of these assets. Dude, these are all itch.io assets that I bought just so that I could get my concepts together. I do have an idea in my head for the actual, artwork, but I just bought all this for use for now. I just knew what I wanted my tile pixel size to be, and then I wanted it to be kind of like a 3D-esque type look. Not quite, it's not isometric, but it's the what's it called? Is it 3/4 view? And then once I got the inventory system working, and an enemy system and a health components and a player and all that stuff, I was like, yeah, I want to redo this. I can actually show you what I got real quick. Hold on, let me get stash. So this is the original BSP system that I was using. For anyone curious. These are all the prefab rooms that I was using previously as well. Don't run away. Stop running. Stop running. I had some bugs with the... When you step away from a chest, it closes the inventory. But you can still move around with your inventory open. Why are you running? Why are you running? Yeah, so there's no AI for them. It just went... there was a game when I was growing up called Castle of the Winds. It was a roguelike. And it's what... It was my first kind of like foray into like an actual roguelike game. I'm just calling this Castle Legendary now because it's like my homage to that. So I'm building it based on that. But it had the standard you move, they move, you know, principle of roguelikes, of, you know, actual roguelikes, not roguelites, roguelikes. And the way these guys work is if you bump into them, you do damage to them, they do damage to you, or there's a chance to. And then when you move, they just randomly choose a direction to go in, and they try to go that direction. If they can't, they don't. They can kill each other, which I thought was hilarious. I didn't intend that. That just kind of that happened because I didn't change how the events worked. There's no check on what type it is if it's an enemy type. So they just eat each other, which is great. There for a while they were crashing the system too every time they died because it was trying to queue up or queue free, or it was trying to move something that didn't exist anymore. I got all that fixed. Yeah, so all the basic systems here, and you can see the BSPs. I just did a quick overlay to show you what, so I could see the rooms and the containers, because I was trying to add padding because I was trying to prevent stuff like this, where the corridors were being cut through because they're trying to make it to the center of each room, right? The corridor carver, but that I just. Anytime you're doing something procedural like that, the more rules you add to it, the more complexity you're adding to something. And really, what time are you saving at that point? Whereas doing it the D2R way or the D2 way is much more akin to an artistic method, and then just finding a programmatic way to connect them versus what I was doing here, which is much more procedural, but less creative. So I want the best of both worlds, leaning more towards creative, and that's why I'm redoing it more in the style of how like D2 does it, because I think it fits my idea for what I want more. This will be faster potentially if I just really sat down and spent all the time, because you can see I've got the bit mask numbers on there for the main tiles, and it is capping correctly. You'll see it's capping most of them correctly. It is capping the corners, it is capping along the top. But then you end up with situations where if a room doesn't have proper padding from a corridor, and let me tell you, that gets complicated quick because you have to track all of your corridors. You have to allow your corridors to overlap. But you also need to figure out if, and when you die, it just resets the camera. It got to the point where it's like, could I do it? Yes. But I was spending so much time tweaking it and making it exactly the way I wanted. It just seemed better for me to not do that anymore. So I'm not doing that anymore. I've decided I like this method more, because also it gives me a really great opportunity to just really decorate the shit out of rooms and just going to like, yeah. Just really do some really cool stuff. And then within my rule set, I can make rooms as elaborate as I want. I can make them as cool as I want. The level system still will work exactly like it does before, because basically what I do is I generate all of this by putting all of these into the tile XY coordinate. So that will still work exactly the same way. And it stores the entire level like that, including all entities, all enemies, everything gets stored into this node tree. And then when you go to the next level, it just generates a new level when you go there based on the parameters passed to it. Like for instance, the first levels will be crypt, after that it'll be the mausoleum, after that will be so on and so forth, whatever I come up with, right? But the further you go down, different tile sets will be used, but the levels will be just stored in that node tree. And that way when you like save the game or whatever, it's literally just saving the node tree as is, and then when you reload it, it just reloads that, including all the state. Very simple way of of managing that. Godot makes that really, really easy. And I already have that system working. So that all works exactly the same way. It's really just how it's generated is what's changing. And I figured this was a good time to do that since I had the before part and the after part, like the loading part and the unloading part and the saving part and the exiting part. All of that is fine. There's even a staircase tile. If you hit the staircase tile, it'll take you up or down, right? So if all it does is takes you up in the node tree and then just puts your player position wherever the staircase was. So super simple game. Super simple game. There's nothing super complex or complicated here. And the dungeon gen is just your typical standard, right? Like the code that I'd already written, literally just converted it over from a guy. I think he did it he did it in Dart. It was in Dart, and I literally just, basically rewrote it in C#. Because I was familiar with BSP, I was familiar with, basic traversal. I was thinking about doing something like, doing a different type of traversal with the corridors, and I tried that, but I ended up with corridors that just didn't. I couldn't add enough variance in the corridors to make them feel natural or cool. What ended up happening is they would just always look very mechanical, like an algorithm made them. Very uniformly chaotic. Does that make sense? Uniformly chaotic? Oh no. Uniformly chaotic. Yeah, I like it. I'll go with that. Man, I chose the least interesting thing to work on today, though, if I'm being honest. Okay. So, I think the level still works. It keeps track of my start position, my last position. That's where, like, if you go up and down levels. Depth, that's which level you're actually on. Keeps track of the tiles. Because the generator just generates tiles. And then I do all of the logic based on which tile is which. Now, I am going to drastically change all of this. The way this gen works. I don't need gutters or iterations anymore. I don't need container split retries. I don't need any of this crap anymore. I will still pick a random room to put stuff in. I think the first thing that we do, this is always the hardest part. It's like, where do you start? This is subject to change. How do I want to do it this way? Yes. There'll still be namespace generators too. This is just going to be the V2 generator, I guess. What's your guess here, Copilot? Nope. I mean, I guess technically it's a rectangle. But I don't know if I actually want to do it that way. No, I guess it could be, because I think the way I do the tile set is just 1 times 16. So each unit is just 16, or each tile is 16 units wide. And I think I do all that math when I render it. Let's start this way, though. Yeah, I know you're mad. I'm actually going to start killing stuff as I go because we're in a different branch, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, you're going to be mad. That's okay. I don't know if I'm going to need that code to even look at that code. How do I want to think about this, though? So a room... No, it's not going to be room. I can undo that because this is not going to be a room. It's going to be a room cell. Room cell has a width and has a height. I chose width of 11 for the minimum. Is that right? All right, hold on. Ignore the code. No, because all room cells will be 11. There's no minimum. Keep getting confused in how I'm approaching this. So, room cell is 11 by 11. Room can be up to 4 room cells. Why did you write it that way? That is wild. So we can just always initialize these as 11 by 11, right? Copilot is rough, guys. You should see some of the conversations I have with Claude. So 11, room cell could be. So we have a room cell. We will have a room. We won't for right now, though, because we just want the room cell. So how do we want to do the connectors? Okay, so, all right, now let's think about if we're generating this. I gotta go pee. I'll be right back. I got an idea. I'm trying to... This is a chicken or the egg situation. How do I want the room cells to be determined? So I've got the prefabs, right? So I think what I do is with the generator generates a room cell, or it starts to generate a room cell or a group of room cells based on a certain rule set. It generates, it says, okay, I've got this room, which is 4 room cells. Then it says, okay, give me a list of prefabs that fit in that room cell, starting from the largest to the smallest. Then it determines how many connectors that room should have, which further filters the room prefabs. So I might have 4 room cells, but I might have already used like a super treasure room already. And the super treasure room has 4 connectors, but this room cell has 3. So I can't put the super treasure room there. I have to put something different. Does that make sense? And then I randomly pick from the ones that will fit in this. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Getting somewhere. I'll be right back. Ah, dinner. It's a salad. I'm hungry. Fuck you. My poor bowl. Um. Crazy. All right. I kind of just want to go play Diablo 2 now. Might do that in a bit. All right. So. If we put 4 room cells together, Should write this down. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna brute force my way through. If we have 4 rooms together, they have to know where they're at in relation to each other to know that they can't have an exit tile. All right, so we have connected rooms. Connected room cells. I like cardinal directions better. All right. So what this is this is like what I'll do is the exit tile is always there. The exit tile is always there. However, it won't render if it's a part of a connected tile. What I'm thinking of is I can do variations of multi-room cell rooms. Programmatically. Yeah. I'm going to design this simple first. So the exits will always be at the edges in the middle of the 11 by 11. Now what I'm going to do, what I decided to do, is when I generate these rooms, I'm actually going to generate them odd. By putting a tile down the middle. Or a cross pattern. I'll solve for that in the editor. I have a plan for that. And if you're asking if I'm reinventing the wheel, well, yeah, I am. This code exists already out there somewhere. But the whole point of this is to learn. The programming part is easy. Generator will generate you don't need to be a node, Judy. This one here. Generate entry. Generate exit. Generate opposite paths from entry to dead ends. We want it like to program in dead ends, obviously. We want you to have to explore to find the exit, where the exit room is. We don't even have to do that necessarily, because I could just place the staircase randomly. That's what Castle of the Winds did. But it resulted in times where you just literally went down to the next floor, and then boom, magically, the entry to the next floor was like 3 feet away from you. And that's not fun. At least I don't think so. So I think what we need to do is we also need to think about rules. Generation rules. We're just seeing what the AI decides it wants to spit out. I like most of these, except for can have an exit tile on each side. Minimum of 1. And ends up to 4 for each cardinal direction. Room cells can be rotated to allow for more varied layouts. No, I do not want that. That adds a whole new layer of complexity that I don't want to deal with. Each room made up of room cells up to 4. Can contain enemies and props. There's always a clear path from entry to exit. I don't know how you would do that. We'll have to make sure that whatever rules we put in place are good. Oh. Here what was it? Okay, so we want to say that we can only generate X amount of room cells away. As room cells get closer to the edge of the dungeon, chance of dead ends increases. Yeah. So what we can do is we use the map. We place this way, and as we go and we expand out this way, as you get closer to an edge, the chance of dead ends gets higher. So what we can do is we can have a system that determines whether it's a dead end or not. And dead ends should have a chance to contain, well, let's say this. Let's say dead ends increase chance of special rooms, treasure rooms, mini boss rooms, etc. That's actually good. Yeah, I like that. That makes sense. So what it'll do is it'll be like, hey, have I already spawned a treasure room? No. Cool. Spawn one. If I have I spawned a mini boss room? No. Cool. And then I want to say exit rooms have a higher chance of containing stronger enemies. Yeah, that's actually exactly what I was going to say. So, just thinking of some of the parameters we want to add. Well, all of this is subject to change. This is all just me busting out some stuff here. So what functions do we want in here? We want a public. These are all going to be void for now. Void generate entry room. What are you mad about? Oh. Sure. Just to get you to shut up. Wait, that didn't shut you up? Can you just do it that way? What do you mean? You have to fill it out no matter what? Oh, I see. I forget. Never mind. I'm dumb. Stupid. Generate entry room. I'm going to generate exit room. Do we want... I don't think we want anything other than that. I think what we do is we let the proceduralness decide which of these dead ends is going to be the treasure room. These are going to change. This is just me, again, kind of working through the process in my brain of like how I want this to play out. Because my idea is that as I'm going to generate the entry room, I'm going to generate the exit room somewhere opposite, and then I'm going to start working my way towards that room. And then any available... so we do that first, find that path, generate the rooms to connect those. Then any of the exits along the way that don't have connectors, we connect them out. Yeah, I think that makes sense. And then once that's complete, everything's dead ends. We've closed the loop. Once we've closed the loop, we then go, okay. Yeah, so what we do want to do, we don't want this. We don't need this. What we need is dead end. Because if it's a dead end, then what we want to do, we set that flag, and then we pick the room using is dead end to increase the odds of it being a treasure room or a boss room. I know I just did treasure rooms that have, but I'm going to say a treasure room is like a more than one treasure chest. You can find treasures in all different rooms. We're going to dynamically generate those at a later date. Because what we'll do... Yeah. So... Well, happy 8 months. Sorry, you guys, there might have been alerts for you guys. There's no alerts for me because, again... I don't know. I can't get anything to work right. So is dead end. So what we want to do here is... increases what was I gonna say? There's a rule that I wanted to put there. Let's say chance to increase loot tier. When we generate the loot, we generate the mobs, give them a flag that says it increases the loot tier. So what this will do is it will encourage people to explore levels. I think that's a good idea. I like that. So we'll put that over here too. Yeah, also have a chance to increase loot here. So what we do here is we need a naming convention is going to get wild. I don't want it to be that. I want it to be... I haven't decided what algorithm I'm going to use to like trace the path to the exit to find whether I go east, south, north, west, which direction I go to generate the room. I don't know yet. But let's assume that I come up with something great. I'm going to call them room groups for right now. I'm gonna change that later. Namespace. So these are gonna have the cells. Each cell. In here, we also want the available exit directions. I don't know why AI really wants to not use the new. It keeps wanting to change it to old stuff. It's wild. Fucking Copilot is useless. It's so bad at stuff like this. It's crazy. We will do not room cell. Literally, see, like literally. It's like you don't want to use the thing that you just wrote. Starting to think that doing the groups is a bad idea. I don't want to do the group. I think what we'll do is we'll get rid of this. Room cell. Do this. We're just going to say room cell minimum is 11 by 11. I like this better. This is a much better idea. Ignore all of that crap. We don't need that. What we'll do is we'll do this. We get the room cells. Again, AI just really trying to make that more complicated than it needs to be. Yes, so we'll do that. So when we generate, we will comes first. So this is the first thing that we'll do is we'll generate the room entry. Love you too, man. Generate entry room. This will create the entry room cell. Set that, and then we will add it to the array. You can simplify it even further than that? Really? Oh yeah, because you can just do that. Dirt. Generate exit room. Then we're going to generate connecting rooms. Generate dead ends. Dead end rooms. And then we want to... No, we'll do that. Click. We'll say a dungeon width, a dungeon height. Let's see, we also want, within that, we want a public, or we want some way of tracking loot level. It'll start at 0, but as you go further down, that number will be modified. Let's actually make that float. because I don't want that to. I don't want that to be like 1, 2, 3, 4. I want that to be something that we can use as a modifier. I do want level depth. We're going to start at 0 because we're actually going to generate a overworld for this. Because I do want a town that you start in. That one will be handcrafted. That won't be generated. It'll have stores and stuff. You'll be able to teleport back there. All right. So as you go deeper, that will increase the loot level. Also, oh, yep, we want mob level as well. Now, the idea I've got is as you level up, the mob level range moves up as well. That doesn't mean you'll always fight stronger enemies. It's just there's a chance you'll fight stronger enemies as you level up, even if you're on like a weaker level. That way, if you're like super over leveled and then you just go to the bottom or the top levels near the surface and you start fucking around with stuff. Yeah. All right, so then what we want to do is we're going to generate mobs, generate loot. That's just generic loot. So we're going to generate mobs. We want to generate loot. Because there will be treasure rooms, special rooms that have like basically a multiplier on their loot level when the loot gets generated for enchanted items and stuff. And then dead ends will have the special. So it has a special in the mobs. Mobs, I have to do the dead end rooms first, because if mobs generate in a dead end room, because I'll loop through the rooms to generate the mobs. And when I generate the mobs, based on what room they're in, they might have a level modifier added on top of the base mob level. That makes sense so far. I think we're getting somewhere. We're making some progress in the design here. Yeah, well, so let's get these in here. Because all of this will be attached to we're going to call this generate loot items, because that'll be chests and stuff like that. Or, you know, it could just drop stuff on the ground too. That is an option. Very low chance of just dropping something in a room. Let's say each room has a maximum amount of loot drops for mobs. And we can actually attach that to the prefab, I think. So when I'm designing the rooms, I will have some exported members in the editor that I can say this room can have up to 4 mobs and this room can have up to 4 pieces of loot. And then what that does is that allows me to balance how much loot and or mobs can appear in a room that's super cluttered, for instance. So that I don't generate like 10 mobs that take up all available tile slots in the room. That makes sense. I think that makes sense to me. Sorry, I get distracted sometimes. Don't worry, it's a really good distraction. I promise. It's really good distraction. Let me see here. Generate connectors, generate entry room, generate. Cool. I think this is. I think we're getting somewhere. I think this is good. I think this is the part that nobody ever really shows you. Because I could easily just go find a YouTube tutorial and do this, but no, I want to think through every step of it. Each room. Let's redo this too. Each room. And then what we can also say is like each, yeah, let's, yeah, each room cell, you know, because we just need to do this now. Each room cell. So then what we can do is go here. Room cell. Maximum is 20 by 20. No, let's say it is 21 by, no, let's say 25 by 25. We'll go with that for right now. And have up to 4 exit tiles. And we might change that for the big rooms. I think I'm going to keep it simple for now, because once I get this structure in place, it should be relatively easy to change that. So generate connecting rooms. Series of rooms, corridor styles, because we'll do a bunch of like different corridor styles for each of the levels. I think that would be a good idea. Oh, that's a good idea too. So room cell. We'll just make this a dictionary for right now. We'll do room type. How do you do enums in C#? Like that. So we'll do this. Entry, exit, connecting, dead end, standard. What? How do you do this in C#? I don't even know. What are you mad about? Oh, is it not public by default? Hello? Why are you mad? Let's see if I can fix it. The new Copilot thing is just dog shit. All right, we'll make it standard by default. So what this will do, what I can do now is I could say generate connecting rooms. Two standard rooms are less likely to be adjacent. So when you generate connecting rooms, you can generate two standard rooms next to each other. However, it is unlikely. And I like that a lot. To me, that's a really cool feature. So that way, I can say that it's a corridor connecting type room. And those are corridors. And that gives me a lot of control as a developer, but also as just in general. So what I think I'm going to do, with this in mind, I think what I can do now is I can just create all of my different base rooms that I want to do. A couple variations of each one, just spend some time, throw on some YouTube videos, just get in here, grind out that work. Because then once I've got that, then I can loop through that stuff and start writing. Because this should be really easy. This is all really simple algorithms at this point. What I could even do is go ahead and generate a bunch of dead end rooms all the way around the map. Ooh. Yeah, I have an idea now. I don't even have to think about this. I no longer have to think about this as perfect room cell sizes. They can be any size now. Because the idea is all I need to do is be like, okay, I have a connection here and a connection here. I just need to find a room that fits in that can go in that slot. And if none can, I can just cap them off. Or I can create a bunch of little tiny dead end rooms that it can just place there. Ooh. Oh, this is good. I'm no longer in a grid. I mean, I'm in a grid, but what I'm thinking in my head is like, I just place it and then I try to place something there. If it overlaps anything, you say, I need a smaller one. And you keep going smaller until you find one that fits. And certain small ones will always be dead ends. I can see how this will break from time to time, but I'll go do the research on the algorithms after I get my proof of concept in place, I think. You guys want to hang out, watch me play some D2 for a while? I'll do that. Yeah, let's do that. Go over here and Diablo 2 inspired a lot of this for me, between Castle of the Winds and stuff. No, this is C#. I only use AI to make fun of it because it's so hilariously bad. The only people that think AI is good are engineers that need to get better. Quite frankly. I work as a software engineer in a high stakes, high stress position. And I spend a lot of time fixing other people's bad AI work. Yeah. So I spend most of my time. You're useless. Optimizing tool selection. I appreciate the feedback, but I'm here to help. The latest Claude is pretty useless. Even letting Copilot kind of try and figure stuff out today. No. The best thing it's done all day is help me write this list. Das as good as it gets. It's good at more web stuff, but I would only ever use it for structs, for you know, stuff that is like repeatable, that you have to do a lot just to prevent you from having to type it all out. But even then, double check it because it gets stuff wrong all the time. It's really great at making things that quote unquote work until they don't. And because you didn't write it yourself, you have no idea how to fix it. That's why code quality across the internet has plummeted and companies are going offline every single day. You don't think it's a coincidence that companies like Cloudflare and Amazon have had so many outages lately all of a sudden, do you? Yeah. I've been a software engineer for like 15 years and it's dystopian. It's great for people that are burnt out. Yeah. Not for me though. I spend more time making fun of it. Go away. Oh, that's my favorite. Well, the best part is when it gets the first 3 lines right, and you just want those 3 lines. You hit tab, and then all of a sudden you get 2 pages of code that you didn't ask for. Or like earlier, you saw it repeatedly where I was literally working on a new thing, and then I went over to another page and was like, okay, I want to use that thing, and it's like, oh, you mean this other thing that you did earlier? No, the thing that I just did. Literally the thing that I just did. It does that a lot. Do we want? No. We'll just listen to the regular music. It's fine. What's my magic find on this character? Oh. 262. I think that's okay. I'm pretty sure if I toss any more on there, I'm in no bueno territory. This is my offline, just for fun character. And switch over when I'm doing that. Just doing player 8 nightmare runs because I still don't have any good gear for this source. Nope, none. That would have been great if my first roll had actually been something good. I'd have been so excited. Don't reset the map. Don't reset the map. I don't remember what I was... I think I was just running for SOJ. Because I still have yet to ever get an SOJ. Oh, wrong way. SOJ in Resurrected. I actually met the guy responsible for the SOJ at PAX Unplugged. He does a bunch of the voices and stuff like that for the original D2. And he told me he's responsible for breaking the economy. He had the credentials for it. Everybody introduced him as the Blizzard guy. So that was kind of cool meeting him. Giant axe! Yay! Get out of here. I forgot to swap over. I think without my other gear, I've only got like 148. Yeah. Maybe we'll find something to increase it. Yeah, so my advice to you is learn without AI. Do it yourself. You know, if there's things you already know how to do, you know how to do really well, AI is okay to use in those cases, and here's why. Because if you allow... Let's stop calling it AI. It's not AI. If you allow an LLM to write code for you, you don't know what that code's doing, so when it breaks, you don't know how to fix it. The most important thing about being a software engineer is not writing perfect code. The most important thing about being a developer of any kind is being able to adapt and fix things when they break. That's why you get paid the big bucks. You don't get paid the big bucks because you're solving the world's problems, because you fucking ain't. You're nobody special. You're just someone that learned how to put words in order to make computers do things. And I hate to tell you, anybody can do it. You're not special. What makes you special is your ability to adapt and quickly pivot when things go wrong. To learn fast, on your feet, and to think outside the box when necessary to do so. That is what separates anybody up from a boot camp from somebody that actually knows what they're doing. And a lot of that you don't get outside of just putting in the work, the experience. The experience is where that comes from. If you're using AI, you are not getting any experience. None. Zilch. You are offloading all of that experience to an LLM, and you are learning nothing. And a lot of my peers are worried because they're like, oh, there's all these young guys that know all of this, you know, prompting and stuff like that, and you know, they're gonna take all the jobs, and like, well, yeah, of course they're gonna take all the jobs, and then they're all gonna burn out. They're gonna get fired because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're gonna tank a bunch of companies. They're gonna ruin their reputations, and then guys like you and me are gonna get paid twice as much to come in and fix it. And in my experience, that's been exactly what's happened. It is wild to me that people think it's going to get any better. It's not. It can only get worse. Everyone's like, oh, it can only get better. No, it can only get worse. And I'm going to tell you why. Because every LLM out there is trained on publicly available data. And guess what? That publicly available data is getting worse. Because all of that publicly available data is a bunch of college kids using LLMs to write a bunch of stuff that's crap, not good, and has bugs in it. And as it eats itself, these LLM companies, these large AI companies, have to spend more and more and more resources, ironically, on good engineers to go in and solve the stop eating itself problem. It is exponentially out of control. We are not just in a bubble because of the hype around AI. We're in the bubble because they cannot continue to afford to expand their engineering resources to accommodate the models falling apart, a cascade failure effect of them eating their own tails. Anyone who understands anything about engineering knows this is an inevitability. Machines cannot eat themselves, otherwise they will collapse. So. It should tell me what each code do. Well, the most recent iterations of like Claude, for instance, 4.5 Haiku anyways, has the contextual, like the ability to only maintain so much context that it's completely useless. Yeah. So anyone that says that if you don't understand LLMs and AI that you're going to be left behind, don't worry, they'll be back. I promise you. I promise you. The money will run out, the engineering will run out, there won't be anybody there left to fix things, and we will be in a dystopia. The economy will collapse, yada, 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 blah, 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 and we'll be right back where we are every time the technology takes over. Eventually, the status quo returns, and it just becomes another tool in the fucking... Ooh. I got an ethereal version of Lance. I should really start my Holy Grail list, right? I should. I'm not gonna. I've been playing this game for 25 years. Cool. Yeah. Some have better than others, and Claude, the previous edition of Claude was pretty good about keeping track of stuff, but I don't use it that much. Like, I don't use it the way other people are using it. Can it build entire systems? Sure. Are those entire systems going to be trustworthy? No. No, they're not. How are you going to fix that system if you don't know what went into it? Don't get me started on dudes being like, I'm a AI art prompt artist, or I'm an artist prompt. No, you're not. You're not. You're not an artist. Stop saying that. Yo, can you actually attack the right person, please? Thank you. That would be great. Where did all my super stuff go? Give me supers. Where did super potions go? Brother? What are you doing? There you go. The language doesn't matter. The language doesn't matter. This is C#, but C#, Java. Well, I won't say C++ because Java and C# are both garbage collected, but the languages are all, it doesn't matter. Once you become a programmer, the language doesn't matter. I'm not a C# main dev. I'm just an engineer. I work a lot in Go and, well, lately, C#. A lot of Go, TypeScript, things like that, but the language doesn't matter. Yeah. C# and Java are very similar to each other because they're both C-based languages. So all of their accessors and namespacing and a lot of their object or their object primitive objects. Let's call them primitive objects because they're still they're in C#. Everything is an object, even primitives. Java kind of handles things similarly in terms of like how you write stuff. But yeah, so none of it really matters. It's just, don't worry about the language. Just you know, find the language that you're most comfortable with to learn programming in, and then just go with that. But yeah, if you know Java, C# is pretty straightforward and easy. I like C# more than I like Java just because you get things like Link. Link is amazing. Like you've got, so one of like just collections and stuff in general in C# are great. So I got like room cells up there. And like if I want to do something room cells, you can do stuff like can't really think of an example now, but yeah, you can do stuff like this, which is really, really nice. I'm just a big fan of lambdas in general. But basically it's just a function. It's like closure within a function within a function, which is really nice. You can do lambdas in Java since like 1.8 or something like that too. But I'm just a huge fan of that syntax. Making a game. Hold on me. Sorry, I had to stash that real quick. Making a game! Whee! This is the old dungeon gen. I don't like it. I got tired of dealing with tile masks. You can see there's holes in the map and stuff because of the tile masks. But yeah, it was just making a game. And I'm designing a new dungeon generation without tutorials or anything. I'm just kind of dreaming up what I want based kind of on Diablo 2 because I've been playing a lot lately. I really like how it does its dungeons, so I'm going to do something similar. It won't look the same, but how it's generated behind the scenes is similar. But yeah. Yeah, no worries. No worries. I have lots of opinions about these things. So the idea that I've got is I want to do something. So I'm talking about D2. The way it works is it generates the, well, you can't see it because it's behind me. So the way D2 dungeons generate is it generates the entry point first. It generates the exit point, which is up here. Any special rooms. And then it just goes through the tile set looking for rooms that fit, tile sets that fit to connect them. There's a lot more creative design in that process than using like a BSP system. BSP is binary space partition. What that means is you have a box and then you turn that box into a binary space position by cutting it in half. Binary, right? So you've got one and then you cut it and then now you've got two boxes and then you can put something in each one or you can cut them again. And you just use a little bit of RNG magic to cut them horizontally and vertically, and you end up with a bunch of different boxes. That's what all those red lines were. And then you can loop through those boxes, and you can put rooms in those boxes. And then after you put rooms in those boxes, you can connect all those boxes using corridors. It's very procedural. There's not nearly as much creativity in that because you're letting the computer do all of the kind of like creative part. Whereas D2R, because it generates the entry, the exit, and then it uses tile sets in between each of those to connect them instead of corridors, artists can do these really elaborate rooms, like this room right here, like this really elaborate room with all of these, you know, items in it. They can do those rooms, and then it will just, if they fit, they fit, and it'll plop them in there, right? Hello? I wanted you to walk away, but you got stuck. That's okay. Ooh, soul rune. Nice. Did I switch? I did. I forgot to switch over to my magic find gear again. I'm gonna be here a long time if I keep forgetting to switch to the good stuff. Me too. I started that last year. That's as far as I've gotten because I just, you know, life. I have a busy job. I'm very busy. I work a lot. Now actually switch over to the magic find gear. Yo. Emilio? You were useless. Ooh, hey, look at that. Blade buckle. And another burnt one. That's actually pretty good. That's a really good for a Hammerden. That's really good for a Hammerden, a bassinet. Which one is this one? Wow, holy crap. I actually got a pretty good drop on that one. I'm not going to keep any of these, but I'm a hoarder, so I'll keep a bunch of stuff because it makes me feel good, and then I'll get rid of all of it. Hey, Amber. Happy Thanksgiving. Gobble, gobble. Gobble, 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 gobble. I don't want blade buckle. I do want... Hold on, let me check. Let me check the tab. I'm pretty sure this is a good one for hammer because that's a plus 50. I also, on my other account, nope, it's right here. I also have a wizard spike. This is all stuff that I've been testing and playing with. That's just what I've been doing. Suicide branch. I now have 4 Hammerdens I now have the 2 best in slots for Hammerdins. I have a Wizard Spike and I have a Suicide Branch. Because Hammerdins don't need like actual attack. They just faster cast rate, right? That's crazy. If only I could get stuff for my I put all this in here because I was gonna upgrade all my runes and then I never did it. So it's all just in my stash and I'm too lazy to go offload it to my mules. So it's just gonna be in here until I run out of space again. And I was saving up because I was gonna do respecs, but then I was just like, fuck it, I'll just do the single player respec. Because these are all just my for fun characters that I just sit here and grind away on. Well, I'm not doing that on stream. I already have trouble getting viewers. That'd be nutty. Ain't nobody want to see that. Where am I going? I never have my map full screen anymore, so. Die! Nothing. I guess I can't be too mad because that last round was kind of insane. This is much harder to do while you're streaming. It's much harder to pay attention. Amber, I hope your day is going well. Hope you're enjoying your Thanksgiving. I mean, aside from some balance tweaks, changes, terror zones, and stuff, it's just better. It's just better. Better than the original. Like in every way, honestly. It's just as addicting. It's just as fun. Terror zones add a whole new layer of interest to it. The Uber system is really great, even though I haven't done any of it. I've watched other people do it. I don't have time to put into it. Though if I start streaming again, fair warning, it might be a lot of this. What was I looking for? Oh yeah, automap. Ooh, an F rune. Yay. I don't want those. I want the fucking mana potions. Give me the mana potions. I just had a salad. That was my Thanksgiving dinner of sorts. I had a turkey sandwich earlier. Does that count? Deli turkey, but still, it's turkey. Boo. Boo. Oh, I did that, man. Okay, never mind. I bet. Totally counts. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I should have been counting how many runs I've done. I've done so many runs. I've just been looking for an SOJ for so long. It like with the magic find on player 8 that I have right now, I should have gotten it by now. Boo. So many of these. Gotten so Oh man. Oh, no. Getting max... If I've never gotten an SOJ, there's no way I've got max a magic find. I'm only rocking like 200 and something right now. It doesn't really matter though, because it's diminishing returns.
Yes?
Like by a lot. The difference between 0 magic find and 1 magic find is a bigger difference between 200 and 300. Mathematically speaking. Doesn't actually matter. The player's 8 with any magic find is better than having like 400, 500, whatever magic find. I can have more, but I get a little squishy. So like that. What else do I got? I have all that on there. Where's my other one? Yeah, because I can put you on there, and then I could put my nagel rings on. I can't wear... Oh, I can. And I need another Istrun. Because this guy is at 104 right now. But that puts me at 350. But I'm going to be squishy. I'm gonna laugh so hard if I get my SOJ on this run after putting on the magic find, after I just went on that rant about magic find not really mattering that much. That would be funny as shit. Squishy! It is. No. That would have been funny as fuck. That would have been funny as fuck. I just got an ethereal storm guild though. I've gotten 2 ethereals today that I've never gotten before. I feel like I should be tracking. That's crazy. That's crazy. And then of course Saigons. Yeah. Still kind of crazy that I got Sazabis. I don't know if I've ever gotten Sazabis from her. Yeah, it's random. She can drop. So each of the yellows that she drops has a chance to be unique. So she dropped just as many items overall. But the way their pools work is like, yeah, each item, there's a chance to drop a maximum amount of items. If they drop the maximum amount of items, each one of those items has a chance to roll something, right? So there's like a lot of, all the math is like very well understood. Very, very well understood at this point. So SOJ, I think right now for me has like a 1 in 500 chance of dropping, and I've probably done like 500 runs or so. That's not how probability works though. You drop your first try, the first time, technically. My cast rate is so low without my gear. It takes way, way too long to kill stuff. Look at this. Do you see this? Do you see this? I told you, I get so many of these. It's insane how many of these I get. Come here, King. That's the second one in 3 runs. I believe.
Good day.
But my cast rate is so low without my gear, it takes too long to kill her. But I can get more runs in with the better gear and lower magic find. So statistically it's better for me to do it that way. I'll go in like this and see if I can just remember to swap. I have been... Oh my god. Oh my god. Finally. Finally. Oh my god. I've been trying to get this thing for so fucking long. Which one is this one? This is Wiz and Draw. Yeah, not good. I'm gonna keep Suzabi's because I just want that set to do something fun with. I don't need Saigon. What is this one? Lavina's Tenant? Yeah, I'm gonna keep that. I want to do set runs just for fun, so I'm gonna keep some of the set items and throw them on a mule. I have been waiting for this on my offline account since I started my offline account. Somehow, I have yet to fucking get the Viper Magi. And I finally got it, which is going to replace my stealth armor. Finally. Are we going to get a good run? We're looking for, I think it's 35. I think 35 is what we're looking for. We got 30. We got 30 with 26 resistances. I'll take it. I'll take it. Why? Because with my Magic Find gear on, I go from 7k damage to 8k damage. And I go from, do I hit the break? 40%. Yeah, so it's only a 5% additional cast rate, which that sucks. So I don't hit the next break point. But I have been waiting for that armor upgrade for a very, very long time. All right, let's swap back over to this guy too. We'll keep our stealth. That'll go to a different character. I don't need an armor. Yeah, I can't use it just because my dexterity is too low without the other one. That's fine because I can swap my belt. So I lose a little Magic Find. Not a lot, just a little, 20%. Yeah. And now I can. The resistances are excellent though. Cool. That makes me happy. I've been looking for that guy for a long fucking time. We're still over 300% Magic Find. I could actually... These chances are really, really bad, so I'm going to swap them out for my Mage Fist anyways. I think I'm still over 200 on... or 300. No, I'm at 294. We'll drop one level. We'll put the 46% on. That puts us at 340. And we're still at 9, almost 10k damage. For a 50% cast rate, ugh, if we could just get a little bit more cast rate, that would be fucking excellent. Fucking excellent. That's okay. That really does help. That offsets a lot. Okay. I'm not hitting the cast rate anyways. I can put this on, which would definitely help. Yeah, we're not hitting the break point, so it doesn't matter if we have faster cast rate right now. We're gonna need 63 for the break point. Your faster cast rate doesn't matter unless you hit the animation break point. The animation gets faster at certain break points. 63 and 105 are the two that you're looking for. Nothing. Nada. Can't even be upset, though. Can't even be upset. Can't even be upset, because we got the skin of the Viper Magi. Which, again, I've had on my online account for fucking ever. Because I played mostly online characters for a long time. I just started solo self-found like last year. So it's not full solo self-found because I share across my characters and stuff like that, so it's like the solo found. I don't remember what the terminology is. It also affects how fast you teleport, how fast you can cast teleport. When I have all my full gear on, I'm way over 105, so I can teleport around without having to worry about dying ever. Team boost. That's a really great early game drop right there. Oh, no. That's the upgraded ones. Oh, shit. Do I have those? I have those already. Those are not the ones I thought they were. I thought they were the cannot be frozen. Those are half frozen ones. Those are also really good, though. For a set item. You can make any of them a socket. You can just give them one.
Yes.
One socket. Like these items and stuff. Well, not boots, obviously. But it's not worth using your socket quests on a lot of stuff for that purpose. You can use the recipe for some items, but not all items. I have telling of the beads. Do I not have the other stuff on me? Let me check. Again, I'm keeping a lot of set stuff because I want to do fun shit. Wait, I already had... Okay, that was the Sazabi that I put in. I was like, do I already have it? The diadem with 3 slots in here for some reason. I don't know. I was planning something. But I have the... Yeah, this guy. What do you get for the 2? Just out of curiosity. 150 defense. That's it. That's Terabad. I mean, I like the +1 all skills, and you get some poison resistance and some cold resistance, but that's not really a great amulet. I want to keep this just for the set memes. I don't know why I kept that either. A lot of this stuff was just like a reroll. I had plans, man. Why do I have a goblin toe just hanging out in here? I don't fucking know, man. I don't fucking know. I need to get new boots that have magic find on them. And run walk speed. I think I only have like level 16 insight as well on my insight. So my mana could be faster. Yeah, it's level 16 meditation aura. You're attacking the wrong person. I didn't get switched over in time. If I'm in hit recovery, I can't switch. Rip. 2 Saigon's pieces dropped at the same time. That's kind of cool. I've had 3 Saigon pieces drop all at once, which I thought was a pretty crazy.
The order welcomes you.
What did I come over here for? I don't remember. I should reset this map and get a better one. I'm not gonna, but I should. In case anybody's watching me like, this guy doesn't know how to farm. I do. I'm just lazy. Sparking Mail. Woo! Grand Charm. Skiller. Nope. Round Shield. Oh. Plague. Nope. Oh, it's the... Oh, no. Round Shield. I thought it was the other one. What is this one? Magnus Skin, Willem's Pride. Oh, that goes with G-Face. Is this good? No. Yeah, it's not worth keeping. I got a Moser's over here, though, with 2 diamonds in it. I love that thing. Depends. For armor, yeah. Yeah. I think that's right. I don't do it very often. I usually look it up when I need to. It's just rare that you need to. So. Because it's a gamble, because you're not guaranteed to get the amount of sockets you want. So it's just easier to farm for bases, like in cows, for instance. So I just always farm my bases in cows. Still looking for that Monarch on this account. Love to get my Monarch. That'd be good. I have it on my online sort. Yeah, I have Lightning Fury Javazon on both accounts that I do cows with for bases, so. Is that the demon? Nope, that's the... Oh, Twitch throw. Makes me think of Twitch every time I get it. Boop. I think this is going to be Manald's. Or a worse Nagel. I just felt like it was going to be Manald's. I knew it wasn't going to be SOJ. It's never going to be SOJ. Never going to be SOJ. That's gonna be what I thought it was. Yeah, Skin of the Flayed one. That's the one that I have for some reason in my inventory, and that's Blood Rise. So. Useless and or useless. It's all useless to me. If we really want to make this painful, we can just do players 3 hardcore Andy runs. I'm a little bit more powerful now that I got my Viper Magi. I'm trying to get the Stone of Jordan because that'll put me over the edge of where I want to be with this character, and then I can start going for my Shaco on this character. I still haven't gotten a Shaco on this. I haven't gotten a Shaco on either account, which is crazy. Wow. You know how unlucky you have to get all blues in a green? Come on. Come on, what is this nonsense? What is this nonsense? Why have you forsaken me? In your heart forsaken me. Wow. That's a huge amount of useless drops. This is Ward. I used this guy. Is it better than what I got? What do you... No. Compare... What? Why are you... Alright. I don't know what the rolls are on this. Are they both... Oh. Oh! Hey, I got an upgraded ward. A few extra resistances. Check that out. So this is 43. This is 49. Nice. We got an upgrade. Undead Crown. I do want to do... I do want to do like unique only Necromancer. That might be fun. I'm not even gonna pick up the axe or the Chris. Those are both garbage. Those were good drops. They weren't good drops, but like it was cool to see 4 fucking uniques drop all at once. Doesn't happen very often for me. I got so stuck in my head, man. I don't know what to do with it. What's it gonna be, guys? Manald. Told you. It's never this right here. That one right there would have been my SOJ. That would have been my SOJ right there. That would have been my SOJ. I just fucking know it. Get out of here, Manald. It would be funny. It's so rare to get. It's like 1 in 1,000 to get them ethereal. A ridiculous number. So the fact that I got those 2 earlier, insane. Truly insane. Very cool. That was actually pretty hype. I didn't make a big deal about it. I was actually pretty hype. But I'm not doing a tracker. I need to. If anybody here would like to watch me do a Holy Grail run to try and get all of the items in the game. Don't see that very often. It's not good, but you don't see it very often. Also, this is the meat scraper. I haven't seen that one in a long while. I have not seen that one in a very long while. I'm not gonna keep it, but that's pretty cool. 50% chance of open wounds. That's not a terrible. I mean, it is. It's not good, but it's fun. I know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for T-Gods. I'm looking for... No, I think I got T-Gods. I'm looking for Titan's Revenge. Those can drop from Andy. It's rare. I'm pretty sure they can drop from Andy. SOJ. There's a bunch of stuff that have like a really small chance of dropping that can drop that I would love to see. Oh, buddy. Bone Snap. Sub Bone Snap. I already got like a dozen of you, my guy. It's an old school one. Lightning resist 6. Oh, large. It's small. Do I have a poison resist I can replace you with? Nope. Sorry, buddy. You're not good enough. You're not bad. But I don't want to keep you in my inventory. Oh, it ain't happening, man. I don't think anything good's happening. I don't think anything good's coming tonight. I don't need any more night smokes. I need rings. I need a lot of rings. I need a lot of rings. Boo. 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 Super boo, super boo, super boo. I mean, 3 unique drops. I'm not angry about it. They're just all crap. Don't accidentally hit hell. That would be awful. It's never SOJ. It is never SOJ. It doesn't matter what you do. It's never. I haven't got, literally, seriously, I have not gotten SOJ since I was playing originally like 10 years ago. The last time I played. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'll take a soul rune, why not? Make sure there's not a ring hiding in here somewhere, because that can happen. It's never SOJ though. SOJ is what we're looking for, darling. Stay a while and listen. My name's Dickard Kane. As I'm a dick. I am here to identify all of the things that are not SOJ. And I like naked women. Literally farming this bitch for fucking weeks only to get no Viper Magi and then all of a sudden get 2 in one fucking day. Are you serious? Better resistances. It's an upgrade.
I can't.
Damn. I'm gonna be real, that kind of made me hard. Get the fuck out of here. Also, you can get the fuck out of there too. I don't know why I had that base in there. Why do I have a venom grip and what am I doing with my life? I could put that in there. No, we're not doing that. What was this one? This is oh shit! Hey, look at you. Better. Too bad it doesn't have an instant. But it is better. It's got the better enhanced damage on it. Much better roll. Irrelevant though, I've already got one. I'm not using you for the damage, that's for damn sure. I have a gold dagger. It's less. Yeah, I have the gold dagger right there. It's just 100% is less than what I've got on this guy right now because I have the Ist rune in there. You can put 2 Ist rune in this. And like, literally, it is untouchable in terms of magic find. It's fucking incredible. Fucking incredible. I also have a heart carver. I need to get that over to my barbarian. I've got some interesting finds that, you know, feel pretty good. I don't have a lot of high runes or anything like that. I haven't really done a lot of rune farming on this account. But I've got some decent one pieces in the single player so far. I just haven't gotten the staples. I want an SOJ just because I want a fucking SOJ, just because I want to be able to say I got my SOJ. I'm probably going to sacrifice it at some point in the near future. Bro. Really? Bro. No, don't do that. Yo, stop it. Really? Second time in a row? For realsies? Ew. No. So, far less chance of getting SOJ in Hill than Nightmare. It's... So the eye level of items goes up. But then you lose out on all of the other items. Also, farming Hell takes a lot longer. So it's a trade-off, right? So you farm Nightmare until you can farm Hell. And I just haven't gotten a lot of the staples that I want to make farming Hell faster while still maintaining Magic Find. I'm still missing some things. I need to go to Hell Cows and farm my Monarch shield to get my Monarch spirit. That's one thing I could do to greatly increase the power of this character. Because right now I'm rocking like a battle build with the high resistances of the Mosers with diamonds in it. But also Hell loot drops are just drastically different. So right now, like Skin of Viper Magi, the best in slot that I just got outside of Enigma. Because Enigma will take a lot longer in single player just because you can't trade for the runes. So Viper Magi is like best in... Well, for Sorceress, Viper Magi is best in slot anyways. Because she naturally has teleport. You don't need it. It's still a good armor piece. You just... It's not required. Ooh, string of ears. That's pretty good. That's a... Who's that best in slot for? Is that best in slot for anybody? It's pretty good for... It is... It's not best in slot for anybody. It is pretty good for Paladin. Yeah. You get the life stolen per hit. You get physical damage received reduced by 15% and the magic damage reduced by 13. Very good defensive bash. I think I've already got one. I don't know. I'll keep it for now. Oh, never mind. Not even gonna do that. That's what's its nuts. All right, well. Yeah, if I'm fully geared, it's easy for me to do like players 3, Andy, repeatedly without losing my Merc over and over and over again because it's kind of essential for me at the moment. But I don't have any magic fine doing it that way. So, the trade-off. Can be fast enough, but, you know, doing it this way, there's still a chance that I can get some of those higher level items. Slim, but it's there. For a bunch of them. While also trying to get my SOJ. But this is the best way to get like an SOJ. Oh, look at that. Another bone snap. And an ethereal crush flange. Another ethereal item. And then we got a Saigon helmet, and we got what this one is sick. The Berserker's head. Nothing. Lots of nothing. I'll take your mana potions though. That's a whole lot of nothing. Yay, Ort Rune. Oh, this is... yeah. Boo, ba, ram, you. Ba, ram, you.
Hello.
I could do some Pendle runs online too. So I'm still looking for some stuff online. Did I pick up something up? That is what I picked up. Blood Thief? Okay. I don't know if I've ever gotten Blood Thief before. Oh, that's not what I'm gonna do. Ooh. She wears a pretty clothes, goes by some, fed by where she's in. That's a bad spawn right there, let me tell you. Those guys will fucking cut you down fast if you're not careful.
I can't carry anymore.
Yagai. We got the ethereal one earlier, which was pretty cool. Alpha, what's going on, buddy? Happy Thanksgiving to you too, sir. Hopefully you're having a good one. Overstimulating as fuck. Just do what I did. Don't have family. I mean, I do have a special someone. I keep her as close as I possibly can. But alas. Plans were not in my favor. I haven't been live in 2 weeks. I've gone to a whole ass convention. I went to Philadelphia for PAX Unplugged. Spent some time with a friend. Had a wonderful time. It's never SOJ. It is the worst Nagel Ring roll you can get. God dang. And this is the shitty. Oh no, it's not. Sword back hold. That's interesting. I don't know if I've ever gotten that one either. Oh my god, you triggered a hype train with a single prime sub. Good god almighty. I have gotten that before. It's never SOJ. We're probably on run like 50 of the day.
Good day.
That sounds about right, doesn't it? Like 50 something that we're at. That feels right. That feels right. Terrible spawn. Get out! Jesus Christ. Fucking hit recovery is so goddamn bad. Nothing. Get out of here. Get out. It's been a while since I go. Hold my head up high. It's been a while. It's been a while. Again? No, get the fuck out. Oh my god. Fucking hit recovery is so garbage. Get out. Get out. Get the fuck out. You. No. Attack her, you idiot. Y'all see that garbage? Nonsense. Fake scar. Get out. Get out. Yeah, those guys just like fucking stun lock me, and I can't do anything because I don't have enough hit recovery. He's poopy. I need to put my faster castrate gear on again. But then I lose all my magic fine. I don't know. It's a terrible situation to be in. Like, what do you even do, you know? Steel Clash. Not a bad early game paladin if you get on the first drop. Spectral Shard. Also really fucking good, especially early on. There are, what, 3? 3 plus 50 castrate items in the game. I now have all 3 of them on this character. I have the Suicide Branch, I have the Wizard Spike, and I've got the Spectral Shard. Those are all 50-50. 50 cast rate. My decent roll spirit. I say decent roll because I had to roll a bunch of them. Is 32%. I have the worst. Rolls ever. Like my first one of these, the 26% all resist. This one's 31. I think it was 35 is the max, right? I think that's right. I'm surprised I haven't gotten more gold wrap belts because the other day I got 4 gold wraps in a row. Not in a row, but of the uniques that I got, it was 4 in a row over the course of like 20 runs. It made me very sad. Why do you do this to me and give me junk? I already have all of the Immortals Kings on my birdie. Otherwise, I keep that and put it on the put it in the list of item set runs I'd like to do.
Greetings.
I need to clear out all of my inventories, and then I need to stream that kind of shit for you guys, because apparently people like that kind of stuff. I'm not very good at the game, so it would probably be fun to watch me flail about and try to beat the game using restrictions of some sort. Can you please just pretend like you don't hate me, game? That would be great. That would be wonderful. Wunderbar. We rush. This really is just, you know, low stakes gambling. It triggers that part of your brain for sure. Why can't you give me what I want? Ice Blink. I've only seen that like once or twice. That's pretty cool. Nope, stop it. Stop it. Ugh. Yeah. So I get distracted sometimes for reasons. I don't know if I want to keep playing this or not. I don't know if I want to keep playing this or not. Oh, I'm tired, brother. I'm a special kind of tired. It's good, though. It's good. So I went to the convention in Philly. I had a wonderful time. Hung out with someone pretty special, which was nice. Got to see some friends. Obviously hung out with Sachi because, duh. I think she's streaming right now. Pretty sure she's streaming. We're kind of inseparable at cons. Yeah, I haven't been to Philly in like a long time. Like a long time.
Good day.
I think I went out there like over 15 years ago. I think that was the last time I was there. I like Philly though. As far as like kind of the East Coast type cities goes, I'd say I like Philly maybe a little more than Boston. Boston is rough. Okay, to be fair, I'd only ever been to Boston when it was really, really cold. And I went to Boston. I'm gonna switch over to just chatting for a bit, since I'm like literally now just chatting. I'd only ever been to Boston when it was super, super cold, like 8 degrees max, I think, was the warmest it got at night while I was there. So obviously going to events and stuff in Boston sucked. Until this year, when I went to Boston in May for the event, which was amazing. And I really enjoyed walking. I think me and Speth walked around Boston for like 2 or 3 hours, because we went and walked down to a place to eat. And then we just hung out for a bit and just walked around the city, and it was gorgeous. I had never seen Boston like that. It was really nice. Philly was a little cold, but it wasn't super cold. It's like in the 40s, so that's not so bad at all. It's just got like that wintry city vibe about it, where it's like dirty, but it's not dirty. I don't know how to explain it. It's like winter dirty. It's like a place that gets covered in snow every once in a while. Always looks a little dirty. I don't know how else to explain it. It's like if San Francisco had snow, but it doesn't. So it's just dirty. I don't like San Francisco. I'd put Philly up there, like before Boston, underneath like Seattle. 'Cause I love Seattle. Seattle's like one of my favorite. San Diego is my favorite con city, but I prefer Seattle as a city. Like, the con vibe in Seattle is so. It's whatever. But no, the con vibe in San Diego is out of this world. I had a very, very eventful TwitchCon at San Diego this year. Some of the lowest lows, but absolutely some of the highest highs. It was a wonderful trip. For reasons that I will tell you guys about someday. Someday it will all make sense. Someday it will all make sense. So. Sorry, I got distracted again. Totally unrelated. Completely unrelated. Nothing to do with what I was just talking about. I am moving in February out of state. I'll talk more about that soon too. But as of this week, actually, I've made the decision to move out of Texas. For reasons that I will tell you guys about eventually. It will all make sense someday. I promise.
Greetings.
All good things, I assure you. I need to go create a bunch of mules and move all this stuff off of this account. Or off of this character. I don't want to do that on stream though. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here, guys. I am super tired. I'm gonna go maybe make some deviled eggs. I don't know, like a little 4-hour Thanksgiving stream. That's not so bad. Yeah, I'm gonna head off. I'm gonna go be distracted for a bit. All right, I will talk to you guys later. I'll probably be live maybe tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm working on some stuff. I'm doing some things. There's some really cool stuff happening that I will get to talk to you guys about here shortly. And yeah, it'll be great. It'll all make sense. You guys will be excited for me, I assume, because y'all have always been really awesome about things going on in my life. So yeah, I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me today. For those of you that were here while I was working on my game, I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna keep working on that, and I'll show you guys what I come up with in the next stream. Maybe we'll do another dev stream. Yeah. Anyways, love you guys. See y'all in the next one.